what is the gospel? No, really, I want you to tell me, what is the gospel? Now, I know I'm putting you on the spot, but I wonder how you reacted to that question. Were you excited and had an answer ready to give? Or was it a little intimidating to try to explain the gospel out loud? Now, all of us, if we were asked, do you know what the gospel is, would probably say, of course we do. But when we're asked to define it out loud, there's something about that that is just naturally intimidating. In chapter 2 of the Discipleship Gospel book we've been going through, the authors talk about really the American church at large's response to that question, what is the gospel? And what they say is, our answer is marked by disagreement and confusion. It's so marked by disagreement and confusion that the authors outline 5 competing gospels to the one that Jesus preached. They list the forgiveness-only gospel, the gospel of the left, the prosperity gospel, the consumer gospel, and the gospel of the right. Now, all of those different competing gospels have their own nuances, but they share one thing in common, is that they separate conversion from discipleship. Now, what's shocking about that is that doesn't seem to be the gospel that Jesus preached. The gospel for Jesus said that discipleship always followed conversion. Discipleship wasn't some optional add-on. It was at the core of what it meant to be a follower of Jesus Christ. Now, in chapter 2 of the Discipleship Gospel book, they don't yet fully define the gospel. What they do is talk about 2 of their assumptions about the nature of discipleship in the contemporary church. First, they say that you cannot make Christ-like disciples from a non-discipleship gospel. And of course, that makes sense. How in the world could we be fully formed disciples if discipleship isn't on our agenda or isn't part of the gospel we preach? Their second assumption, they say that the gospel you preach determines the disciples you make. They give a few examples. Take, for example, a forgiveness-only gospel. That will downplay the necessity of obeying Jesus at his word. Take, for example, the consumer gospel. That will overemphasize what you get out of it rather than following Jesus at any cost. And so what the authors leave us with in chapter 2 is the primary command of Jesus. Jesus quite simply says, follow me. Now, there's no way you can get that done in one prayer or one day or 1 week or 1 month or even 1 year. It literally takes a lifetime to obey that command. So we are so excited to be on this journey with you, and we are, as we look at the command of Jesus, follow me, and try to figure out how we can live that out and obey that for our whole lives.